Warning, Illuminutcases is a fantasy role-playing experience not intended for younger audiences. This podcast may include adult language and themes such as innuendo, swearing, death, and lousy dad jokes. Listener discretion is advised.
Last time on Illuminutcases.
Look, boss, I can follow a simple map. This is the way we need to go. The door wasn't even locked. It's open. As you're flipping through this, you notice that a small tarot card falls out of the page. Then you hear crack.
Out now!
Another rock hits the ground.
Everybody,
okay, time to go.
out!
What did you do?
We didn't do a damn thing. The walls started shaking and falling on our heads, but we got the stuff you asked for.
Now, before we begin, I'm going to push you guys on Roll20 to the small area map.
Yeah.
Where you are.
Wow!
Oh my god,
Yay.
this is not even 4K, this is 8K.
It's got a scale.
It's a map!
It's a randomly generated map that'll give us some names that we can work with.
We're gonna have to change some of these names to make them pronounceable.
What do you mean?
You know, that can be arranged, but you guys are heading to Donamar.
More like Dunmar.
No, you call it what you want.
That's how it's written.
You guys are heading back to Donmar. Dunmar.
I mean, like, look at the river city in the far south. Itla Hafstaka.
Yeah, the
It's Ithahoralich.
brain, please work. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Now see, Bobo's
The-
making
Sorry,
fun
it's
of it.
Ithahoralich.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
The residents, the denizens of this land aren't exactly great. They just kind of threw out some Scrabble tiles and lined them up. Oh, hey, that one looks good. And I've got a triple word
I
score.
would just pull like the racist card and be like, "Oh, hey, that's a native dialect, asshole."
Well, at least it's not the,
Who are the natives? I don't know.
the Welsh village, the longest name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still love
Or
the bit
something.
in that thing where...
Anyway,
Oh, yeah. Let's not get distracted.
Okay, I'll do a quick intro. Not every session is going to have like an introduction like this, but just the few first ones.
mm-hmm.
Okay. In a forgotten corner of Galarian lies the Castian Free States, a loose collection of cultures, nomads, merchants, and free thinkers. While mostly governed by a high council of representatives from all over the territory, Castian is most notable for its somewhat lacking rule set, allowing for a near-endless possibility of adventure. Though obviously not the best place to raise your kids, most other nations tend to leave Castian alone, seeing it as a good place to corral all those unruly adventurers and keep most of them in one place. All that said, Castian is a somewhat unforgiving cluster of city-states, as it is ruled by the most feared and most evil force of all, capitalism. Money speaks within its borders and speaks openly. Though any good-natured individual frowns upon the purchase of slaves or hitmen or perhaps some companionship for the night, there's no mistaking its blatant presence around every shady corner. Truly a land of opportunity for aspiring adventurers to make names for themselves. Or, in the case of our heroes, get themselves killed and immediately roped into a resurrection payback scheme. However, with every job completed successfully, their debt continues to shrink little by little. Let us now join them on their way back from the long since abandoned, but only recently collapsed, Temunda Mines.
Not our fault. Not our fault.
That hasn't been proven yet.
I'm claiming innocence here. I was hurt. Would a hurt person be responsible for such a thing? Would I hurt myself? No.
Yes.
I rest my case.
I don't know. Would a hurt person shove a bar of soap in his wound?
If that's the only
Maybe.
option to disinfect it, maybe.
I mean, you guys live in a society with divine magic. I don't think you need bars of soap to cleanse wounds.
We have alcohol.
Well, that's what
Yes,
he
exactly.
That's what he did, though.
Because our healer told me to do it.
Sounds like a practical joke. Anyway, as you guys are making your way out of this wilderness area, you're kind of taking a trail that was mainly used for carriages that, carry supplies, wagons, people, whatever, what have you. You head back onto the main road and make your way back toward the city of Donamar, or perhaps Dunmar. No one's really sure how it's pronounced. And as you connect to the main road, there stands on the side of the road an old man staring quizzically at a small piece of paper. As you approach, or perhaps if you want to approach, I'm giving you the option.
It kind of looks like he has a golden exclamation point above his head. We should probably speak with him.
What?
He unfortunately does not have one of those. He just looks like a confused old man. Perhaps like a certain other
You're talking
person
about
in your
me?
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cassius will approach the old man and,
Be careful. Old people carry disease.
They do?
I don't know, do you?
I need to be careful.
No, I made sure you're clean. I wouldn't work with the other one.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Anyway,
Excuse me, sir.
as you approach, he calls out to you all, "Excuse me, sirs, might you be able to help me?
What seems to be the issue?
Would you be willing to help me find my way?
Where are you heading to? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a group of adventurers such as yourselves." Upon answering his question, the middle-aged man explodes in a puff of purple smoke and yellow sparkles, revealing a much younger gentleman dressed in a purple robe with yellow question marks dotting the fabric. You are stunned for a brief moment,
Fabric!
just enough time for him to let out a short laugh and tear into his prepared monologue. "Quake! For a quirky questioner appears with quandaries and quips, with whom questers such as yourselves quaff and quarrel. For
Cassius?
upon this quartet..."
Sorry, Cassius just walks away.
Is Hans joining Cassius at this point?
"For upon this quartet I bestow a Kabbalistic quiz of quality and questions. Should quick-minded and quality answers be... Where are you going? My monologue's not done yet."
I'm dealing with a head wound from our boss lady after she threw a rock at me. I'm gonna go get that treated and probably get a drink.
"I assure you... Just please let me finish. I practiced... I worked on this for minutes."
It shows.
It's improvised weapon time, boys.
"Please, do not hurt the Quizard."
God damn it.
What's a Quizard?
"Well, you see, should quick-minded and quality answers be quacked by a quarter of this quadruple, a quenching and quantifiable range shall be quickened upon thee in the form of quality and quantity. Quell now your qualms and your questions, for before you queries, the Quizard."
Okay, so can I roll a nature check to see if... let's see, do you even have nature? Because I want to know if there's a good place to hide a body nearby.
You can just roll perception.
Okay.
He doesn't know that you're looking for a good place to hide a body.
11.
There's probably a good place, like a bush or something. Like, it's not going to be well hidden, but yeah.
Okay.
"Now, adventurers, are you prepared to answer my questions? I promise there's a reward in it."
No.
He just looks taken aback. "But no one has said no before."
Can I
I'm
roll
amazed anyone would actually stick around to listen for all that.
Can I roll an...
Or-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, can I roll a sense motive? Because that sounds like a straight-up lie.
Go ahead, roll sense motive. With his 6, no, he's actually telling the truth. He's never been turned down by anyone before. Nakor, or is it Nakor?
Either or.
Nakor, Frosty, with a 24, you know he's telling the truth, but he's also being kind of obtuse about it.
Coy.
You sense that no one's turned him down before because this is probably the first time he's trying this. "Please, just answer my questions and you'll get some gold. It's that simple."
I like gold.
How much?
"Well, for every question, you'll get 50 gold pieces.
Why does
But
this...
I warn you, I have knowledge of many things."
Why does he pay more than our jobs?
How do you make a profit off of this?
Oh no, this is just my hobby.
Alright, shoot.
Interesting hobby.
This is just more proof from your intro that we are living in the fantasy version of Florida.
What's a Florida? Ooh, something I don't know. Now the rules are simple. 4 questions have I, and 4 answers must be given. 1 answer per person. And no, you're not included, Mr. Skeleton. Ah, man, I wanted to play his game.
How is he not scared of you?
Now, who shall be first?
I can go first.
We could use the coin to just answer this crazy man's questions and then ignore him. And hey, there's 4 of us and 1 of him. If he tries to hold up on the coin, we can just take it.
I assure you I would never. Very well, sir. And now, for my quartet of questions. What is the official astrological name of our moon? Please, no metagaming, but you can roll if you wish.
The moon.
Now, are you referring to in setting? Or in...
Yes,
Okay.
You're in Galarian. If you, the player, happen to know it off the top of your head, you can answer. But if you don't, you can roll a knowledge check for your character. Okay, this one's actually fairly easy, Yuho. So 17 history check will allow you to know that the name of the moon, the astrological name of the moon of Galarian is called Somal. Somal.
Okay, I was kind of curious which one you're going to use because there's a few of those I've had to look up in the past.
I will answer Somal then.
Correct! Here you are, your prize, good sir! And he tosses at you a small pouch of coins.
How much?
Inside you will find 5 platinum pieces.
Oh,
Holy
Jesus.
shit.
Oh,
Worth 50 gold pieces, right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure it's the same in Pathfinder.
It is.
Who is next?
I'll go.
Who currently holds the seat of High Counselor of Merchants and Trade for the Castian Free States? Now, this obviously not being something you can answer on your own, you would have to roll a knowledge history check. The DC on this one, unfortunately, being very high, 17.
Well, let's find out. See what I get. Wow, my dice rolls are shit tonight.
All right, so a 6 is not enough. What do you answer?
Just goes through.
Can I phone a friend?
I highly doubt we're playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I'm sorry, what is a phone?
I think he meant message a friend.
Ah, the sending spell, yes. Unfortunately, you are not allowed to do that.
Yes, no. I do apologize. I have a bit behind on my politics right now of who currently holds power.
Ah, unfortunate. Here is your consolation prize. And he hands you a small wooden token that says, I met the Quizard and lost. 1 Quizard token!
Can I turn this in for something?
Not yet, you can't, but perhaps later. It gives you like a knowing wink. Who is next?
Go for it, old man.
Okay. What am I doing?
Answer me this, old man. Which of the patron deities favors the heavy mace? This will be a knowledge religion check if you don't know off the top of your head.
There's a
Yep.
few, though.
Not according to the wiki, but perhaps I'm looking for a certain one. Wink, wink, wink.
Well, 15 for religion. As I can't out.
15 is actually well enough because this is not an obscure deity. I'm going to type it out. According to the wiki, it's, I want to say you pronounce that
Quizong.
The Tien
Qisong.
the Tianzai god?
Quizong.
Qizong. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Chinese name.
Yeah, it's from Tianzai.
Yeah, but I think there's other ones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably other ones. Ah, yes, correct, Chizong, the only one that starts with a Q.
Oh.
It's the only one that counts.
I won!
Very good, sir. Here is your prize.
Hooray!
And he tosses you a small bag of coins that just kind of hits you because your reflexes aren't what they used to be.
This is assault!
No, it's a bag.
Assault bag?
Just take your prize and go, please. Now, finally, you, sir. Are you prepared for the Quizard?
No.
Too bad. What is the name of the half-orc liaison for Dodamar's Adventurers Guild?
We just met her last session, Joe.
Yeah, and my memory is absolute shit. That was also 3 weeks ago at this point?
Yeah. This is why we meant to do something called taking notes, Joe.
I definitely didn't put this question in to test your knowledge of the previous sessions, no.
Where did I put my
It's
notes?
a completely random question. Just do a straight intelligence
Yeah.
check, DC 10. You were the one that got hit by the rock that she threw at you, right?
No, that was me.
Oh, that was Bobo.
Hold on, I'm trying to put my damn notes.
You actually have notes, Joe?
There! No, yes. Aha! I did not write down her name. I did not write down the name.
So the purpose of writing notes, you did not use the notes for the purpose of writing them.
Well, I figured she'd show up again, so I wouldn't need to remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't exactly important NPC number 1. This is just more of a do you remember? You can roll an intelligence check, a DC of 10, since you just interacted with her. 4, unfortunately. So your party member is just like, come on. Come on, Cassius.
Cassius just walks away.
You can do it. You can. Well, giving up, are we? Very well. Understandable. I know my questions can be difficult at times. Here you are, sir. And he hands you a wooden token.
Cassius is just gone.
Just take your...
I'll hand it off to him.
Thank you. 1 Quizard token. You have all successfully encountered the Quizard. May we meet again sometime down the road with more prizes. Nothing starts with Q that means goodbye, so, farewell! And then in a puff of smoke, of purple and yellow smoke, the Quizard disappears from view, to be seen again perhaps in some other time.
Who was that?
A very strange man who has way too much wealth and too much free time.
And the idea definitely wasn't stolen.
No.
Well, I didn't know about it, so it's not stolen from me.
Nobody's ever made a character called the Quizard before.
At least it wasn't
Probably has. Anyway.
Anyway, Cassius, you know the one who beamed me in the head just a few moments ago? The one that's up the road a short bit? You can't even recall her name?
Honestly, I just didn't want to talk to that guy anymore.
Perfectly understandable.
I have too much of a damn headache.
Oh, yeah, you have a headache, Cassius.
I'm amazed you could stand it that long.
Maybe it's because he got hit in the head that he could stand it that long.
Yeah.
By the way, does anyone actually remember her name?
No. I remember she was a
I
half-orc.
wrote down what was happening and important things for what was going on, not the people.
Yeah, she wasn't quote-unquote important. It was just sort of a, do you remember? Which was gonna be, a bit easier when we didn't have 3 weeks between sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
I have a name written down, but I can't read my own handwriting.
her name was Helena Fenwick.
Oh, that's an H. I had Felina.
Bobo, why do you have a doctor's handwriting when you're not a doctor?
I have it written down as Felina.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. You are no longer assailed by strange old men.
Not assailed by the Quizard!
At this point, the only old man I'm going to interact with anymore is that guy there, and that's because he won't remember the interaction 20 minutes later.
Huh?
Huh?
Exactly.
I got coins! I'm getting plastered tonight!
You should probably eat some soup first before you get plastered. Remember, you can't survive on pure alcohol and consumption alone.
Dang it.
Just watch me!
What is going on? To all our listeners out there, we're using Roll20 as a sort of just base,
Staging ground?
as like a background, a way to keep all the characters together, roll some dice and stuff like that. I am sick and tired of writing a paragraph description of stuff on this website, hitting save, and then coming back a week later and it's gone.
Oh! That happens all the stupid time when it comes to Roll20. I had many tokens and an entire map made, and I come back to the actual game session, and every single image and file on that map got corrupted and is just not there anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, seriously, I spent literal hours just, crafting descriptions and making stuff actually sound nice. And then I come back today, ready to tell you guys all about it, but no, the notes are gone.
Yeah, it's probably best to save things in a Word document or something.
Yeah, apparently I'm going to have to start doing that from now on, but that's okay, we can wing it.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not even on my laptop either.
No problem.
No,
it's
that's
fine.
good.
That's
Great.
That's why I keep all my notes handwritten, and then all my images on Roll20, and I just always check a few hours before session if I can, just to make sure Roll20 didn't corrupt everything again.
I read
Yeah.
everything from
Well-
my notes.
Yeah.
We started the session and, I said like, oh, that you are here graphic isn't, loading, so I just have to re-put that in. That's fine. No, everything else past that is gone
Everything's gone.
too. That's just great.
Well,
That's okay though, because I know what we were going to talk about, and I've got the NPC sheets here in front of me, so hopefully we will be able to wing it just a little bit.
no, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Either way, we can just blame Joe.
No, let's not blame Joe this time.
Hmm.
Okay, we're getting off on a tangent.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, so, Frosty and Yuho answered correctly.
Yes.
Yes.
So both you guys both get 50 gold
Mhm.
Hooray.
form of 5 platinum
Mm-hmm.
pieces.
I'm getting plastered tonight.
As you make your way back into Dunmar, or Donamar, or however you want to pronounce it, the evening sun begins to set, and you make your way back towards the Adventurers Guild to make your report on your job. And this is basically where you go to sleep. They've provided you with some basic housing and or beds. And all 4 of you share a room. It's kind of cramped, but
Top bunk.
when you top bunk is literally just you sleeping on top of someone.
Again, I'm of noble lineage. I need the extra cushioning and warmth.
Who has time to sleep when you need to drink? I'm thirsty.
All right, you make your way back into the Adventurers Guild. Does anyone want to do anything before we wrap up the day?
Yes.
What would you like to do, Frost?
I wasn't kidding. Nacor is going to get fucking drunk. Sorry, didn't mean to
All right,
curse there.
Nacor goes out and gets wasted.
Not wasted, but Cassius will go and just take a drink to try and relax.
I mean, 5 platinum pieces. I don't know of any tavern that can actually handle that much.
Don't worry, I have
Yeah,
other.
unfortunately, you'd have to get it changed.
I have some gold.
Or you have to just buy the entire tavern at that point.
Cost a little bit more than that.
I mean, you gotta buy out the stock for the day, or probably a few days.
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yes.
All right, so Nacor is going out drinking, and Cassius is going to get maybe a couple drinks.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Although,
Horatio and Azan?
before going to drink, Nacor is going to go and stash the platinum because he knows he can't use that. So he still has some gold, so he will use that instead. You know,
All right.
Nacor has lived a long life, and he understands that when you're getting drunk, don't take with you things that you are not, prepared to lose when somebody gets a little bit touchy-feely, or maybe,
Feely touchy.
Indeed.
A lesson he's probably learned the hard way. What about Horatio and Azan? What would you two like to do?
Horatio would just... Was it how late?
It's evening, about sundown.
He would probably just go to sleep. He doesn't want to mingle with the rabble.
And Azan?
And if I had actually won the 50 gold pieces, I actually would have been to go buy something if I could. But sadly, I do not. So I just going to have to wait.
All right. So who would like to turn in your assignment from the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, I guess Zan would be the one doing that then, since...
I guess I could help you with it.
Guess we can do that. I guess that was just how we split it up, because I thought we already did it as soon as we got back into town, because that makes the most sense.
It's just, just a quick roleplay thing. As you make your way back into the Adventurers Guild, you can see a couple of your fellow adventurers are perhaps just mingling and drinking after a day of adventuring. As you approach the counter, you notice an elf with long blonde hair and light brown eyes. It is none other than Cordelia, one of the many receptionists that work at the Adventurers Guild. She wears modest garments and carries a hazel staff for protection. And she is she's very no-nonsense type of worker. But you make your way up and she says, it's you guys. How can I help?
Out of character, how do we spell her name?
Cordelia. And I can't promise her name will come up in any future Quizard activities.
I was mostly doing this because I figured she was going to be the face we commonly interacted with, so I just wanted to remember her name.
One of a few, yes.
Yeah, so it's Cordelia?
Whoa.
Cordelia.
Oh, okay.
Am I glad I got isekais into this realm? Am I right, Tizan?
What are you talking?
For the last time, you guys have not been isekai'd, whatever that means.
That's just him. He tries to explain it, but I still don't understand it either. Either way, yes, we finished our mine duty. We've already had it confirmed with Helena. She's going to report back because there was an incident at the mines.
What'd you do this time?
It wasn't us.
That's what you say every time.
But something happened that brought the mines down in on itself.
Doesn't surprise me. All right, you got your assignment papers?
Yeah, right here.
And she takes it, opens it up, looks at it. And it's like, all right. All right, show me what you got.
Well, we turned in certain things over to Helena because we had to, because we were the last ones out of the mine. We reported the fact that when we retrieved some items from the mine, specifically a small little ledger going over some of the activities in the mine, that's when we assume may have triggered the trap.
Trap?
Well, it wasn't quartermaster. The foreman's office apparently had a few small booby traps in there for some reason.
And you triggered it and collapsed the mine.
We weren't aware of it because we found a book hidden. We found a book there.
So it was your fault.
No, my friend. Don't go assuming we triggered anything. There were several teams in that mine and could have started anywhere.
Yes, either way, we did that. We gave the book over to Helena and stuff like that. We also found this weird card.
She takes a look at the card and she says, that's obviously got some kind of magic on it, so you guys can keep that.
Okay.
Go and show it to Warren later.
Mm-hmm. And it just continued to just go over just like a proper like business transaction report, as Izan had to do a few of these before us.
Yeah, if I recall, you guys didn't give Helena anything.
Oh, we didn't? Okay, I thought we did.
You took all the papers with you to turn back in at the adventure.
Oh, okay, then we gave her the ledger that we found hidden, and then the paperwork and all this stuff, and so making notes of these strange agreements and business.
Books.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, all right, I'll get this processed and have your payment ready by tomorrow.
That's fine.
As for the card, you can probably head him back and show that to Warren. I think he's still up at this hour.
Yes, I'd like to file a HR complaint against Helena again, though.
Yeah, what happened?
She got angry at us again, and she threw a rock at my head. I saw her the injury.
Well, you did collapse the mine, so you probably deserved it.
It doesn't mean she legally can assault me.
Actually, yes, she can. She outranks you.
And that, okay. It's a weird way to...
I would not piss her off anymore. I mean, honestly, what do you think? I mean, I could tell the boss, but she trusts Helena more than she trusts me, and she definitely doesn't trust you guys.
Ma'am.
So if Helena thinks that you need a rock thrown at your head, I think you need a rock thrown at your head.
It's just so unfortunate that these heretics who don't believe that the mine was just fated to collapse. Like, just terrible. It's awful.
Yeah, honestly, it was fated to collapse because you guys were involved.
Well, I mean, who sent us here?
Yeah, unfortunately. But, you do need to pay us back. So I guess the mine wasn't really that important if they sent you guys. Anyway, you need me for anything else? Because my shift's almost up.
No, Cordelia, we were just doing a basic thing here of, turning in the paperwork, getting the confirmations done, getting the stamps, and T's crossed, I's dotted, and all that.
Yeah, don't forget to pick up your reward tomorrow, what little you might get.
Yeah.
She is obviously not very helpful. Doesn't really care about you guys, but...
Well, she's in the customer service industry, and as an elf, she's probably been there way too long. She ran out of fucks a few hundred years ago.
And you guys aren't exactly popular, either. I mean, you're just 4 humans and a skeleton. That's pretty much... The skeleton is honestly the coolest thing about you guys.
Yeah. Although the skeleton is also human, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Not even a dwarf or elf. A goddamn human, too. How vanilla can you get?
So she takes all the stuff and kind of sets it underneath the desk and just kind of motions you away to like a door to her right that leads to kind of the back of what you know to be Warren's office.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Warren's office also had a nice description that got eaten by Roll20.
No, well.
But, would you like to go visit Warren?
I mean, do we have any reason to visit Warren?
Right, I forgot to mention, Warren is kind of like the know-it-all, like, magic identifier for the Adventurers Guild. If you bring him a magical item, he'll take a look at it and try and get you a good description of what it is. And if it appears to be like something more wondrous or magical, then he'll charge you a small fee to identify it, basically.
Could I try to identify? Because I have Detect Magic and Spellcraft.
You attempted to do that last time, but...
Okay, I wasn't sure on that.
Yeah, but...
So I have to wait 20...
You can go talk to Warren, and he can help you out.
I can't do that again for 24 hours due to how the rules on that work, so yeah. Unless anybody else who's a magic user wants to try.
Sorry, busy drinking.
Aren't you busy drinking?
When I'm sleeping.
You should, because I'm pretty sure you put yourself into a drip system where you have your water skin drip alcohol into your mouth while you're sleeping.
Nah,
But
those
that's
things
not
they
drinking.
use for gerbils and stuff? He just has that right by his mouth. He just
sucks. He just suckles.
Gotta ensure that you can sleep well at night. You gotta intoxicate yourself.
I can try to identify it. What was the roll?
Do you have Detect Magic?
Yes.
Okay, then it's just a spellcrafting check.
Spellcraft 14, unfortunately. I think due to Pathfinder rules, that is enough to identify it. I'm pretty sure it's like DC 10 plus spell level.
Let me double check. I can't recall if it's 10 or 15. Let me double check that real quick. Because it's...
Well, for the sake of narrative, I'm going to say it's harder to do because the text is just so small and it's very hard to read.
Base level's 15.
And I'm going to give you an Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Horatio. It wasn't enough. It's just The text on this card is just so dang small, and it's in Dwarven, and it's just really annoying.
It's probably just a cursed object that attracts the Quizard.
Then we need to burn this or bury this deep in some dark recesses of the Underdark.
Before you do that, would you actually like to hear Warren's opinion?
Yes.
Okay. He's just basically there as like a free resource for you guys.
Technically not free.
Well, if it's for the more exotic things, it's for a small fee. But you make your way into the door, down a hallway, into another small wooden door that has kind of smoke curling underneath the door. You open it, and inside, sitting on a chair, is a small gnome wearing a sort of thick-rimmed glasses, sort of reading a book. And as soon as he sees both Horatio and Izan, kind of closes his book and perks up, and he says, "Ah, Team Pinch, how can I be of assistance today?"
Found this weird magical card in the nearby mines to the southeast.
Near card, you say?
Yeah.
Let me take a look at it.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you would hand it off to him so we can look at it. And he just kind of clears off his desk. It's full of potions, and there's something brewing off in the corner of his room. It's full of books scattered here and there, scrolls, tomes. In the very middle of his office is kind of like a magical circle that you know to be like a truth-telling circle that when he activates it, makes you tell the truth of anything you know. Thankfully, he's never had to use it on you, because sometimes you just need to investigate where adventurers find magical items. Just gotta make sure everything's above board. But he clears away some books, some quills, onto his desk, and he sets it down, pulls out a magnifying glass, which shimmers in a faint blue light as he looks at this small card you have. He says, interesting, yes. I've seen some of these before, but this one is fairly old. I believe what you have here is a tarot spell scroll. He just kind of looks up, expectantly, huh?
So, a tarot card with a magical scroll inscribed into it.
You're too clever for me. Yes, it's fairly common, actually. Many times certain rogues or other, less than savory fellows will get some of these scrolls, hide it inside a tarot card deck, and, as long as they know which card has the spell on it, they can cast it. As long as they are either holding the deck, or as they could even enchant it that as soon as the card itself is pulled. Now, as you can see, the writing on this one is obviously very opaque and clear, so this one's fairly old, but the magic should be intact. And if my Dwarven is up to speed, I do believe this is a protection from law spell. And then he just kind of picks it up and hands it back to you.
That's a weird spell to have while you're in the mine.
I suppose. Well, there's all types out there. Anyway, let me write down the instructions real quick on how to activate it in case you want to use it. Unfortunately, that one just works like a normal spell scroll nowadays, so can't really hide it in any deck. As you can see, it's just kind of faded, and the edges are obviously kind of worn. And he just kind of sits there and writes down, say these words, and that. And just with a flick, puts his quill away and hands you a small piece of parchment on instructions of how to activate the spell scroll. And then basically you now have a spell scroll of protection from law. Says, I'd be more than happy to try and sell it for you, but I'm not sure if I could find a buyer.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. Not a lot of people, I think, would be shopping around for protection from a lawful creature.
Yes, well, you never know. There might be someone out there, but what's the point of buying one that's on a card? Because as you know...
I mean, how many people are being attacked by an angel on the day-to-day?
Well, you could also use it against officers of the law. Good kind of work. You never know. But I'm afraid since it's technically scribed onto one of those cards, it's more difficult and therefore worth more. But what's the point of buying something like that when you could just buy a regular spell scroll?
Yeah. I mean, I understand that it's no longer a collector's item because it's, well, the condition of it is poor quality.
Well,
Yes, but I'm fairly certain the magic search still work in case you need it.
I mean, it could be useful if you're going on a difficult mission and you want to be fully decked out.
Yeah. You never know. You could use it. He just pauses for a moment. Decked out. That's a good one. That's a good one. I have to write that one down.
Yeah.
This one's just gonna rub his head and just, well,
Never know what he need an ace up your sleeve, huh?
Horatio.
Okay, now you're stretching a bit.
Horatio, abjuration magics aren't really my forte right now, so I'll let you and the others decide who gets to carry this around.
Did you happen to find anything else on your adventure out there?
Nothing magical. Just some paperwork, ledgers, a couple of small items from previous travelers of the mines. Nothing really major.
All right. Well, if you do find anything, make sure you bring it in.
Well, we had the means. We could have bought you a bugbear body if you want anything you harvest off of that.
Goodness, no. I deal in magical artifacts and antiquities. Not some barbaric loot monster. Goodness, no. I mean, a beholder eye would be nice, sure, but because that's a beholder, but...
I don't know. There's a lot of spells out there with a lot of different reagents. Maybe you needed one or not.
No, I deal strictly in the product, the byproduct, nothing in the creation or destruction thereof.
And I point over to the potion he's brewing.
That doesn't count.
You just...
That's not a magical item, that's a potion.
I mean,
It's completely different.
there's people out there who would argue that a potion is a magical item.
That's because they are uneducated. This is science, not magic. What's ironic is that you've probably had this argument before.
Yeah, all potions upon completion do give off a magical aura, so that kind of counter to his argument there.
Yeah, he's definitely eclectic and weird, as it were.
Yeah.
But he enjoys his job, and he's probably one of the few people that actually really don't care about what everyone thinks about you. You bring him.
It's a gnome, magic item creator and stuff like that. So he's gonna be a bit weird.
Yeah, he just he likes magic items. He doesn't really like people. So you bring him some stuff every now and then. You're his friend.
Yeah. Well, once again, if we do find anything out there that's interesting, we'll see what we can do and bring it to you, Warren.
Yeah. I just have one question. Is Patty still with you?
We left him in the room right now.
Aw, darn. He is pretty cool. I just, magical creature and all.
I mean, if you can give me the time and find me a scroll of animate, I can make you your own buddy.
No, that's okay. That'd be like having another person around. Why am I starting to sound like the Quizard?
Don't think about it having another person around. Think about it having free unpaid labor around.
Oh, I could never do that.
Wink.
What? I don't think I understand.
Well, think about having an assistant who will follow your direct orders to the T, and you never have to pay them. They don't talk, they don't bother, they won't smell.
Well, yes, but then I wouldn't get to do the things.
Well, I'm sure there's a few things here and there that due to safety reasons, make it a little bit less fun.
No, the janitor is no longer allowed inside my office.
Okay. Either way,
I appreciate the effort, but...
You might want to be working on your resealing though. Some of the smoke is starting to seep through from underneath your door, and there's probably going to be some complaints about that again.
Oh, don't worry, that's just raspberry sprizz, a new fruit drink I'm working on.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Have a good day, Warren.
Okay, I think I found my voice for Warren. It took me a while, but I got there. By the way, I guess in the intro that lost to Roll20, I forgot to mention that Warren's last name is Fapplestamp.
Warren Fapplestamp.
Yes.
That's a very good gnomish last name.
Yes, it goes back generations. I'll keep working on that voice.
Yeah.
Maybe the Raspberry Sprizz has like a different like side effect where it changes your voice.
Well, as long as we don't, as long as it doesn't have the issue of the Wonka fizzy lifting drink.
Oh, that'd be fine in this world. You've got Featherfall. Anyway, you've managed to get your little card there identified, a scroll of protection from law, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You can hold on to it or attempt to sell it in Marketplace if you want, but it's starting to get late, and you either need to turn in or go out drinking. Maybe a little bit of both.
I'm going to save my money because Izan's plans require a good deal of capital, and he's got to save, and needless drinking does not allow one to save.
All right, what about Cassius and Nacor?
Cassius just have a couple drinks, some dinner, and we'd probably turn in for the night.
Nacor is going to drink.
And then bring back the old man.
Yeah, pretty much dragging him out by his collar.
No! My booze!
You're cut off. Come on, we got more work in the morning.
But I need it.
Save it for the weekend.
Oh.
Alright, as you guys make your way into your rooms, figure out your sleeping arrangement, figure out who gets to be Izan's bunk for the night. And as you wake up the next morning, there is a bit of a commotion downstairs in the Adventurers Guild that Nacor obviously is not doing your hangover any favors.
Cassius would be up pretty early, actually. He's one of those early risers.
All right, so Cassius, you get up early and, go through your whole morning routine, and you notice this commotion just kind of start in the Adventurers Guild, and eventually people continue to gather as more and more adventurers are kind of gathered around one of these tables where there's a bunch of boisterous laughing, singing, cheering, that sort of stuff.
Well, that's nothing new.
Would you like to kind of investigate further, or just kind of let your teammates wake up first?
Just gonna listen in, because there's literally nothing else to do at the moment. And I'm failing at everything today. Awesome.
Hey, you're not the only one, Joe. Look at my rolls.
No, it's you don't need to roll for it. It's very easy. They're being loud, and just kind of everyone's
Go passive perception.
That doesn't exist in Pathfinder, technically.
Technically, no, but it's hard to fail when they're being entirely loud and drawing attention to themselves. You notice over at their usual table is another adventuring party, whose name you have not deigned to learn because, honestly, you probably don't care. You just know that
Cassius definitely does not.
They definitely think they're better than you. They've got a dragonborn paladin. They've got a half-orc barbarian. They've got an elf ranger. The typical, I'm good at this, so I'm going to do this.
Awesome. They got a
Dragonborn
Dragonborn and Pathfinder.
Yeah, he just...
They're really special.
It's one of those rare Dragonborns that exist in Pathfinder. It's probably actually a lizard folk that says he's a dragon, but...
There actually is, half dragons and stuff, though.
Yeah, there is because I say there is. They're all, drinking and laughing, and so then the paladin stands up and says, "And so that's when the goblins ran straight into the spike pit." And everyone just bursts out laughing as if he told the most hilarious joke, and they all raise their glasses and say, "Hey, cheers, hooray!" I tell you, there were so many of them, I couldn't stop killing them. They're basically telling about their exploits of how they defended a local town from a traveling warband of kobolds, goblins, and the bugbears. Of how they attempted to assault a town, but this party of 4 heroes held them off using their wits, tactics, and a few spells here and there. With the help of the village, it was successfully defended, and nobody died. At least, nobody important, anyway. Cassius, how does this make you feel?
Cassius long ago ran out of most of his fucks to give. So
Cassius simply continues on.
Yeah, cool, good for you.
As the rest of the party manages to wake up and make their way down, they also continue to hear this boisterous laughter, this rousing rounds of applause and cheers, and you all eventually get the same story as well. Does anyone react to this in a particular way, or you just sort of move on?
Let's see how I feel.
You know. Let me see how I feel.
That's Constitution is for my last night's drinking.
Constitution 11. Nicor, you are simply hungover. You probably head down, like halfway down the stairs. They let out a loud roar, and you immediately head back upstairs. Back to bed.
Young whippersnappers and they're yelling and ruckusing, and why can't old men sleep?
As for Izan and Horatio, I'm still learning your characters' names. You guys make your way downstairs, and you don't really pay it no mind. I mean, they do this a lot. But I would assume one of you eventually goes to collect your pay from the job yesterday.
Yeah, I'll be doing that, just trying to make my way through the crowds.
Yeah, they're all kind of gathered over on one side of the tavern, so it's not hard to move through. You can hear the receptionist, different person this time, just kind of listening. It's like, hey guys, Team Pinch, right? Man, you hear the stories those guys are telling?
Yeah, the same shit as always.
Yeah, what else is new? Anyway, got a notice here from the boss. Says it's supposed to pay you for a job well done. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Documents. Alright. Job completed. That's 100 gold pieces each, minus the resurrection task, minus the job finder's fee, minus the insurance, minus, let's see, what else? What is this? Right. Minus the beginner's tax comes down to 25 gold pieces each. Good job, guys. Here you go. And he hands you just a lump sum of 100 gold pieces.
I'll subtract my 25.
Yeah, I'll add my 25. I'll walk over to Cassius to hand him his 25, and then I'll go upstairs to get...
Oh, I thought it was 25 total. Like
Each.
Split 20. Oh, okay.
No, it's 25 each. It was 100 each, but then you had some
Fees.
deductions. And as he does that, he says, yep, that's pretty rough, but hey, I had some good news.
Mm-hmm.
Your monthly payment's up to date. You got about 3 more days till next month comes around. You can do what you want.
What's our payment at right now?
Let's see. It started at 10,000 each. You carry the one. 9,100 gold pieces left.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah, that's a relief.
Not be done in
How
no
much is-
time.
Don't worry, guys. It's only been 3 months.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. A year and 3 months.
Yeah, because we're having trouble paying off the interest that we accrue every month.
Well, hey, you're getting there faster. You're getting better at it.
Hey, it's actually going below instead of that, but that's until the interest gets added in at the end of the month.
Yeah, hey, don't worry. Every time you pay off more of the principal, the interest gets lower. You guys will have this paid off in no time.
You do know we're all human,
I'm
right?
sure it'll be fine.
That's-
What?
We're all human, right? You know that that's probably going to outlive us.
Oh, right. Team Pinch. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure you'll get it. But, hey, I actually do have some real good news. And he goes onto the table and fiddles around. You can hear the papers rustling. He says, where did I put it? Here we go. Let's see. There's a team pitch. Yep, here they are, right here. And it pulls out 3 separate sheaves of paper, or parchment rather, sets it down on a table in front of you. It says, look at this. 3 requests for team pitch, just for you guys. Another chance to earn some money.
Would we happen to know, would it be listed onto the request who is the requestee?
Yes, actually, but you'll have to figure that out next time when we return with Illuminutcases.
Oh boy, I can't wait to find out what 3 tasks await Team Pinch. Will it be enough to pay off their debt for next month? Find out next time on Illuminutcases.